understood what we were trying to do from a defense perspective and an offense perspective. I thought we played like a very good team for most of the game. Some of the decisions here and there weren't great, but overall I was very pleased and happy with how we came out and how we played.
Joe, were you happy with the 70 or the 57?
Oh, probably both. Probably both.
Holding that team to 57 points.
Yeah, that's not an easy thing. It is not, and our guys did a great job. I thought Coach Wilson did a great job preparing us, and we were ready to go.
What does Mike's 7 points in the first half mean to you guys when Darryl wasn't necessarily scoring?
Yeah, you know what? It's been great because I think other guys have really gotten their confidence back, and they're playing. They're playing very well in practice, and I'm very much more confident now about putting guys in and knowing they're going to be productive. They're playing off each other pretty good. We've done a good job of assisting. We had 14 assists tonight. We're doing a pretty good job of playing together. I was happy with Darryl's 5 assists. I think that was probably a career high for him.
What really allowed you all to limit a swear on the offensive end there for all of it?
We just did a good job, I thought, of packing it in. When he drove it, we took away his space. They took a few charges on him early, which I think, anytime a kid gets a charge or two on him, especially on the road, it sends a message. I just thought we did a good job on him. He's a heck of a player. He's one of the most talented players in the league. He won't have many nights where it's 1 for 10. I was just as happy it was tonight. I thought our guys did a nice job.
Into the final, they had a pretty big edge on the glass in the first half. Yeah. I could imagine later with the edge where they had a pretty good possession advantage that made the defense see just that much better than you had on them.
Yeah, we've been trying hard and talking about rebounding, and we did a pretty good job the 2 games prior to these last 2, but tonight we got beat up on the glass pretty good. They had 18 offensive rebounds. It's an area of major concern for me because I think if we're going to continue to have success in this league, we're going to need to defend and rebound at a high rate, much better than we did tonight in terms of the glass, especially when we go on the road. And so we have to really work on that. Something that we're going to put some time in.
I don't think you called a timeout after Morris was given the technical. I mean, were you pleased with the way your guys handled that? I know things were getting kind of chippy toward the end, and Hazel was pumping up Morris. Like, I mean, not pumping up, but clapping. But I mean, were you pleased seeing you guys kind of rally after that?
I thought they handled Don pretty good. The guys on the team handled him pretty good. It's funny because he must be the most mild-mannered guy in the world, but he's got 2 techs this year. And 2 techs at late game situations. So we'll have a nice conversation about that. But to be honest with you, I just felt like we were going to be okay. The guys were saying all the right things in the huddle. I like that he has some fire in him. He's got to make better decisions and not get into anything like that on the floor. But I was happy to see that at least he was emotional about it. It means a lot to him. And we'll talk about his actions and what he did later on. But I just felt like we were in good shape.
Coach, once again, DJ Irvin seems like he's kind of the engine that powers you guys in that run. I know Daryl Parton's the guy who gets a lot of the headlines and shows up in the stat book more, but just can you talk again about what Irvin means to this team getting it back?
Yeah, it's been just playing without him for those 3 games it was tough on everybody, and I thought Matt Griffin did a great job. But DJ just does so much for us because first he's a competitor and he's going to go out and really guard defensively. When we do get stops and we're able to outlet the ball to him, there's nobody faster from point A to point B, getting up the floor. And then he's a very unselfish kid. And so he's fast, he's unselfish. Some of his decision making he wasn't at his best on some of the decisions that he made tonight, but overall, he's a great point guard. I think he's the best point guard in the league, and I'm happy he's ours.
In the second half, there what really keyed that run that you all made that eventually took the lead up till about 20 points?
Like, I thought anytime we're able to play some zone, we've been very good. When we played well in Rhode Island, we were able to play some zone. So I thought our 3-quarter court trap and back to zone was very good. We got stops. And then when we did get a rebound, we pushed the ball, and that was big. So we got some transition buckets. Then we tried to spread them out on offense. We did a good job of sharing it, spreading them out, and got some open looks, and we knocked down some open shots in that run.
Was the game plan to sort of give Aaron Holt some more room
No.
than in trying to slow down
Oh,
Sparrow at all?
No. we missed the assignment. I think DJ was on one time in the zone and left the ball, which you never do. He got open a few times when we needed to step up and contest them. He made a couple in transition. But when you start talking about their team, you tend to talk about Suero and you probably talk about Black second. So he ends up being the third guy you're talking about, and he's equally as dangerous in some areas. So, sometimes, that third guy ends up being a guy that hurts you because he's not a guy you're focusing on. But in a game of basketball, somebody's going to score for them. They're a good team. So, if he goes for 20, he goes 7 for 21, I think that's pretty good. Somebody's got to score for them.
You mentioned Coach Morris. Can you mention what he, worked on in the days leading up to this game, and I guess why you?
Well, I'm fortunate. I have a very good staff. I think each guy has some strengths that they bring to our staff. But the great thing about each one of these guys is they're very, very good in terms of basketball. They really understand the game. They really do a great job of helping us game plan. And, just the things that Coach Wilson stressed in my first meeting with them, the things that we needed to do against them, how we needed to play Suero, how we needed to guard Black, and how we needed to attack them offensively. He was right on target. And we were able to kind of get together and put a good game plan together. But he deserves all that credit. He did a great job.
On the second chance points, you all were outscored 22-2.
Why you had to bring me down? We just won our 4th game in a row. Nah, just joking.
Oh no, is that something you're going to try to focus on? In the days
and we've been talking about that. We actually have been really focused on rebounding, and to be honest with you, there's no reason why we shouldn't be the best rebounding team in this conference. But for some reason, we have nights where we just don't go after the ball, and it's unbelievable. We play Quinnipiac. They're a great rebounding team. First half, we out-rebound them. For the game, they out-rebound us by 5. Stony Brook's a great rebounding team. They out-rebound us by 3. We have the potential to be a much better rebounding team, and it's just something that we're going to have to really get them to do. Sometimes we just don't go after the ball. We'll make contact with the guy, but we don't go after. Now, they're pursuing it, we're not. We just have to get guys to pursue the ball better. I thought Dom, late in the game, after he did what he did, he went out and ripped some rebounds down. That's how we need to rebound for 40 minutes.
We've seen James in a suit and tie the past 2 games. Is he injured, or is that a result of your decision to?
No. He's injured. He hurt his knee in the Binghamton game. Came down and hurt his knee.
Okay.
So he's been out. He hasn't practiced since. We're hoping to get him back soon.
Coach, I know bad decision aside out there with Dom. He looks like he's made some progress over the last couple of games.
Yeah.
The conference season, he's
Yeah.
scoring the ball down low.
Yeah, we had a nice talk. It's funny, just getting to know these guys, coming in late. You don't have the relationship with them like you would have if you recruited them and got to know. So it's been, just understanding how to talk with them and how to get your point across. I'm not a coach that does a lot of yelling and screaming at guys in front of teammates. Obviously there are times when I do that, but overall I really try to talk with them and get to know them so I can help them. And with Dom, I just felt like he's been on teams where he's been kind of the guy that's the third best offensive player. So he's never thought of himself as a scorer, to be honest with you. So he doesn't always play that way, and we're trying to get him to be a little more selfish, to have a little bit more of a scorer's mentality, to demand the ball, because he's a very good player, as you know. And so we're trying to get him to be just more aggressive offensively.
Last question.
Well said.
Outside of rebounding, what's the biggest factor to keep the success going when you guys go on the road?
Well, I think the big thing for us is that we have to bring a defensive mentality to every game. If we do that, we'll be in great shape, because that keys our transition game and gives us some easy baskets, and that tends to help us. We have to have a defensive mentality, and we had that tonight.